Hello and thank you for joining me. Another video today. It's really how I try to stay organised in camp. Primarily wild camping with a tarp, etc, etc. Unfortunately, due to local vehicles and the little kiddies with their silly exhaust going pop, 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 and the neighbours cutting the grass, the video will have no noise, but no audio, but I will do voiceover on it just to explain the aspects of it. So hopefully it'll be fine, but so please stay with me and we'll have a look. So here I've got a DD 3x3 rigged up, Dyneema ridgeline, and then with two prussiks, one to the top ridge line so I can maintain tension, and the second one is to an inner ridge line on a prussik with a small carabiner, and I've tied loops at 2 foot intervals, and that just enables me to connect a little lamp or perhaps a head torch, something like that. Just to keep things organised. If I've got a pair of damp socks, I can hang them on there. And then the other thing that I use to be organised is this water bowl. And overnight I just basically dump all my EDC and my valuables as such, mobile phone etc, in there. And that just protects them from the elements. It's a Dutch Army, that's a NATO serial number, it's about £6. And of course it can be used just as a water bowl as well. And then there's a isotope marker attached to it, just so overnight I can see where it is. And then we just go around to the other end of the tarp without falling over the guy lines. And it's exactly the same. Again, there's a prussik off the ridge line, the main ridge line, and then another prussik with a small carabiner for the inner ridge line, which is also made of Dyneema. And as I say, there is loops every 2 foot to hang equipment from. That was a bit of an abrupt ending, wasn't it, my voiceover? Perhaps I won't get a job. But okay, so yeah, the Dutch water bowl, collapsible water bowl, it's obviously a bowl, but I just use it to keep my EDC in, because at the end of the day, I'm going to climb into my DOS bag, and I don't want all that in my pockets digging in me. I might strip down to a t-shirt on the top, but bottom half of me, unless my trousers are soaking wet, I keep them on when I'm in the sleeping bag. All I do is undo them, yeah, obviously I take my boots off, undo my trousers, and I push them down to my ankles, and that's how I sleep with them around my ankles. Sleeping bags, quite restrictive anyway in the foot area, so it's not like I'm going to want a starfish. And it's just the way I've always done it, and I'm quite comfortable doing it that way. And the last thing you want to do is roll over and you've got something digging in you, hence why they go into the collapsible bowl. Doesn't weigh a lot, and as I say, they're about £6. I think WebTechs do a knockoff. It's a bit smaller, but at the end of the day it serves a purpose. With the ridge line, the carabiners, hopefully, I've not had a problem as of yet, but they should stop any water ingress, as in it running down the inner ridge line. Should get the carabiner, it just drips off. If it ain't bothered you, always put a drip cord at either end. It's up to you, but it does work for me. Anyway, if you found the video useful, then please consider subscribing, give me a thumbs up, and I'd love to read your comments. How do you stay organised in camp? What do you do? You know, what's your routine? Please do add them to your comments. I had contemplated, you can buy some sun visor organisers. They're on Amazon, they're not particularly expensive. They clip on your sun visors, and there's little elasticated straps and pockets to put stuff in. I've contemplated something like that, and then just clip that on the ridge line, and you can put your stuff in there and it keeps it completely off the floor. The only concern there is, depending on how much you're going to put in there, is the weight. Although the reason I use Dyneema on my ridge lines, which is used for sailing, so it is extremely strong, resistant to UV and weathering, because by nature of what it's used for, but it has no stretch, so you really can, with a +6, you can get those ridge lines nice and taut. You could use, of course, paracord or anything else you wanted, but the other aspect of Dyneema is it doesn't absorb moisture. Some paracord, especially the cheaper knockoff paracord, soaks up water like a sponge, and obviously that's something that you're not going to want to do if you're going to run an inner ridge line. Anyway, that's it for me. Have a great weekend. See you soon.